Hi friends! Welcome back to my kitchen! We're gonna bake a cake today! I'm very excited about this cake. But first and foremost, Nivex, congratulations on being the official first. Chicken Nuggy is the official second. And Seamus, you are the official first, or third. You were not first. I got my words backwards. Third. Welcome in, dear Geek Plays. Yes, we're making cake today. We're making cake today. Carrie, hello. Look at that. 106 self-cares. That's amazing. I am doing fantastic, Chicken Nuggy. I am so excited to make this cake. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 260 stream streak. Let's go, Seamus. Let's go. I love that my very first stream is a cake making stream. I love that for you, Chicken Nuggy. I love that for you because I love baking. I love doing these streams. Like, it's so funny because when I first did baking streams, it was just for my Christmas cookies, and it was just for the ones that I felt comfortable showing on stream because some of them require me to like really focus. Ooh, 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything, Seamus. And I slowly ramped it up to where I showed all of my Christmas cookies, and it was Glay who was like, why don't you do more baking on stream? And I was like, I'm really not prepared for that. I don't think, like, what would I make and would people really be that interested? I think they're just curious about the Christmas cookies. And it was like, no, I think you should go for it. And so I did. And we have gone from at the beginning of this year just trying to do one baking stream a month to now I'm trying to do 2 a month because you guys love it. I love it. My tum-tum for its sugar cravings loves it. Like, almost perfect. Almost. So today, we're going to be working out of Best of Bundt, which is the Nordic Wares cookbook to go with, you guessed it, their Bundt pans. I only have my one original Bundt. Like, literally, this is, I don't know if it'll show it to you. Yeah, it will. An original Bundt pan. It's not even Nordic ware, but it is your standard 12-cup Bundt dish. I have like 6 or 7 different Bundt pans on my Amazon wish list because Christmas is coming and people always want to know, what do you want for Christmas? And so I resisted the urge to just buy a new one so that I could have a different design. I really resisted the urge. Seamus loves the baking as the taste tester. He does. I'm the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Maybe to yours, Seamus. Maybe to yours. So this is basically what we're going to be making. Minus the pecans because I don't want nuts in my food. I don't want nuts in my food. You love baking cakes, dear Geek Place? I love that. What's your favorite cake to bake? That's the big question. And then, because I also am very much a scratch baker, I don't want to use caramel chips like that recipe calls for. I want to actually make my own caramel. So we're going to be working out of Crazy Sweet Creations by Ann Reardon. She does the How to Cook That YouTube channel. If you are not familiar, I highly recommend. It's good fun. She's phenomenal. And inside of her spiral chocolate caramel domes, there is a recipe for salted butter caramel, and that is what I'm going to be using to make a caramel sauce to go over the top of this cake that's going to be scrumdiddlyumptious. Chocolate fudge cake? Ooh, that sounds so good. Maybe these nuts. Not these nuts, Seamus. Hi, Wazzo. Welcome in. So, first things first, we actually have to make the filling that's going to go in the cake and set it aside. That comes before everything. I should not have closed this book, but alas, brain does brain things, and it's not always intelligent. So, I'm gonna read out all the ingredients so that we have them all, and then I will start the actual baking process. Reckon it will still be good if you send some to you? I don't know about that, chicken nugget. Cake doesn't ship too well. Cookies ship. Cake, not so much. You're just gonna have to come visit. I'm gonna have plenty to share. So for a dark chocolate caramel bundt cake with cream cheese filling, the filling requires 6 ounces or 170 grams of cream cheese softened. So I've had my cream cheese, my butter, my eggs out for the last like hour and a half to warm up. 1 large egg at room temperature, 1/3 of a cup or 40 grams of confectioner's sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Tootie hi! Yeah, it's a bundt cake. It's bundt cake time. I'm sorry, chicken nugget. For the cake itself, we're gonna need 1.5 cups or 180 grams of all-purpose flour. We're gonna need 1/2 cup or 45 grams of Dutch processed unsweetened cocoa. Now, they are specifically calling out Dutch process because of the fat content it leaves behind in the cocoa, and the fat content helps to make a richer, moister cake. So you could use any sort of just loose baking cocoa powder. Dutch process is gonna get you the best results. 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 3/4 of a cup or 180 grams of unsalted butter softened. You know me, that butter is salted. It just is what it is. We're just gonna enhance the flavor a little bit with the salt. It will be fine. It will be fine, I promise. 1 2/3 cup or 330 grams of sugar. I'm looking at 2 numbers at the same time, pardon me. 4 large eggs at room temperature, so we need 5 eggs total. 4 ounces or 110 grams of bittersweet chocolate melted. Lots of chocolate. A teaspoon of vanilla, 1/8 of a cup or 30 grams of plain yogurt, 1/2 cup or 120 mils plus 2 tablespoons of buttermilk, and then we are skipping the caramel candies that are coarsely chopped. We don't need them in the middle. We're just gonna have the stuff on the top, and their caramel sauce and pecans totally out. Totally out the door. I agree, Wazo. Salted butter is better. I agree. So, like I said, we have to start with the filling. So let me get a... What size bowl do I want for that? I don't really need that big of a bowl. Let me get a bowl. Nice plastic bowl will do. And of course, if you want this recipe written down, it is in my Discord. I always make sure that all the recipes are in my Discord. There's an entire Bake With Me section. There's a recipe index to easily jump to where I've specifically posted them so that you can always reference these things if you want to make it yourself. I gatekeep absolutely nothing, and I also, if I'm referencing out of a book, I do share the book. If I'm referencing off of like an internet recipe, I put the link right in it, so if you wanted to buy the book or go to the link, you can. Decently sized kitchens, mine is tiny. So, dear Geek Place, what you see is basically my kitchen. It is also very tiny. I'm just very clever at how I store everything. Into here, we are going to beat the cream cheese and the egg until it is well blended. Let me get out my hand mixer, the electric one, because I'll be damned if I actually do this by hand. I've gone from not using this thing anymore, really, to like twice now in a month pulling it out. It's a beautiful thing. But this is too small of a batch to justify using... Oh, there's one. There's 2. Found them. I was about to say, did they not get back in the bag? They had to have gotten back in the bag. They did. I'm just blind. I always say, have as many tools as you can. As many tools as you can, because you never know when you're going to need them again. Like now. Nope, this is in the wrong notch. Wrong notch. My brain is still farting. Despite having actually gotten 7 beautiful, glorious hours of sleep, my brain still doesn't know what it wants to do with life. I'm gonna just blame the season change. Am I allowed to do that? I think I am. It's the season change's fault. Hi, Catatonic Games. Yeah, we're making cake. He who dies with the most toys wins. That's right, Seamus. All right, so we need 6 ounces of cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce block, so we just have to cut 2 ounces off. I might have been up as late as you were last night, Carrie. I crawled into bed around 3:30 in the morning because I was up talking about poop jokes with my brother and a couple of friends because, you know, we're adults and we can do that. Just that's how it goes. I do love it when they label the ounces on these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That line. I need a knife. I need a kniffy. Oh, look, a kniffy. Which line did I say? I've already forgotten. You measure with your heart? So if I'm cooking, I'm more likely to measure with my heart. But baking, because it's more chemistry than art. I mean, it's an art form in and of itself, but it's more of like a chemistry style. You gotta be a little more precise. Just a little. Sometimes I measure with my heart, though. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ounces, because the packaging is a little off. Slice it. Ugh. Oh, I'll say this softened up nicely. It's almost goopy. But that works. Where are you, creasy seamy thing? There we go. There we go. Ugh. Woo! That got very excited all of a sudden. I also need to pull out my garbage so that I have a place to put said garbage. Ugh. Because like most people, my garbage is under my sink. At least in the States. I don't know if it's like that overseas. Thank you for the giant emote, Seamus. Baking is easier to tell what you need. Interesting. You're always down for cake? I love cake. Well, most cake. There are definitely some cakes out there that I like less than others. Cream cheese and egg. We need 1 large egg. Oh, nose, don't do this. I'm sure there's a cat hair stuck in you, but don't do this. If you are a heathen like me, you just crack it right into the bowl. No fears. If you are using farm fresh eggs, like super farm fresh, you had to wash them yourself eggs, or you raise the chickens yourself, which you probably already know this, crack it into a separate bowl, not because you don't trust yourself about eggshell in your dish, but because it's not as easy to candle eggs as one might think. And if you have blood spots in them, or potentially the beginnings of a chicken that you couldn't see when candling, you need to throw it out. It's not safe for human consumption at that point. The rooster may have gotten sneaky, that's right. That's right. We'll just use this. Oh, my nose. 1 cat hair. Hopefully it stuck to that. Because my cats are shedding like crazy. And I think that's it. And beat until well blended, yep. And also knock over your measuring cup with the cord. That's also required. Did I forget how to use this? Nope, there it goes. I just wasn't pushing hard enough. I love this little KitchenAid hand mixer. It works so well. And it's so quiet. I'm honestly, like, I'm surprised at how quiet it is. And it's so much nicer than the hand mixing I had to do when I first moved in with Seamus, because he had nothing. Like, literally nothing. I was scraping for forks to fork out pastry dough to make him a pie once. Your cat's hair gets everywhere? Yeah, it's friggin' terrible. All right, into this, we're going to add our sugar and beat well, which is 1/3 cup of confectioner's sugar, which is just powdered sugar. 2 names, 1 product. Okay. Get it all out of the upper reaches so I make as little of a mess as possible when I cut this open. Because powdered sugar does like to be the whole problem. It is the problem child of sugars. You call it icing sugar. I have heard that term before watching Cupcake Gemma on YouTube. She is in the UK. Ugh. 1/3 cup. In it goes. Oops. You stay in the bowl. You stay in that bowl. Set that over there. Roll that down. Where's the clippy? Do I not have a smaller clippy than this? I guess they're all in use. Okay, this clippy it is. So that it doesn't, you know, fall over and explode everywhere. Add sugar and beat well, and then we do the vanilla after that. Can do. I can do that. And I don't have to worry about a facial with the hand mixer. Unlike my big boy over here that will be too powerful and will spray me in the face if I don't give it a quick hand mix myself to wet all of the the sugar. This is not flour yet, despite it being white and powdery. Okay. That gets the sugar mixed in. Canada, but we are halfway between America. Yes, you are catatonic. That is a big fact. How much vanilla did it say we needed for this? 1/2 teaspoon. Where did I hide those? There they are. This island literally is my entire workstation. This is all I've got, because that counter back there is literally all of my counter. It's too small, but I make it work. Oh, you always got to sniff the vanilla. It smells so good. It's so bitter if you just taste it on its own, but it smells so good. Oh, yeah. Set that in there. Close this back up. And give it a good beat. So this did not take a very big bowl after all. I could have gotten away with smaller, but this is nice. This is nice. I can work with this. Give it a really good whip. Beat some air into it. And that ought to do it. Ugh. Pull the beaters out and whack them off. Gotta whack everything off. All of it, all of the time. Delicious. Sweetened cream cheese. I love it. There it is. That's our filling. Set it aside. In my case, I'm gonna put a lid on it because cats. And I don't trust them. And I'll set it back here. Because cats are little tiny dickheads sometimes. That even if they know what they're about to do is naughty, they do it anyways. They have no fucks to give. They're like an 80-year-old man on their deathbed that's just like, who's gonna stop me now? They really, right? You are a tiny little dickhead, catatonic. Let me put this back in my cupboard here. And by cupboard, I mean under the island. Pardon me if my voice does weird things. It's just, I don't know, the past few days it comes in and out. And I'm gonna put the cream cheese that remains back in the fridge because I can use it for a bagel. And I don't need it to get any soupier than it already has started to become. All right, now we're moving on to the cake part, which is going to be done in my big, beautiful KitchenAid. So, for the cake, we start with sifting together flour, cocoa, and baking soda, which if you know me, we skip ahead and we'll come back to that part. In a bowl, cream butter and sugar until light and fluffy. So we need 3/4 of a cup butter, which 1 stick is 1/2 cup, which means an extra 4 tablespoons off of the other stick will be 3/4. So we need 1 stick of butter plus 1/2. And before I use this same knife to slice the other thing, I'm going to wipe the cream cheese off of it so that I don't end up with cream cheese butter that I put back in my fridge for other purposes, like smearing in a pan to make a nice omelet or something. Chop it in half. Shoop. Excuse me, wrapper. Like, this is a knife and you are paper. You need to break. Thank you. Thank you. Into the bowl. Rest of the butter into the fridge. Because again, I don't want it to over soften. And my butter dish is not ready for more butter. El Garbaggio. El Garbaggio. And then we needed sugar. This takes 1 2/3 cup of sugar. 2/3. 1 cup. Sugar. Just plain old granulated sugar. How many people are going to just drool over this cake, and how many people are going to try to make this cake? Now, there's a question. Because I think everybody should attempt to make this cake. I think it's hecka worth it. Ugh. Clip that back on. Oh, this is garbage too. 1 2/3. Sugar's not gonna make that dirty. And then I need a whisk to beat it with. This part will not give me a facial, so I'm safe. You will admire the cake from afar. Do not bake much, chicken nugget. Let it go. Let it go. Still that freaking cat hair. Bothering me. I'm just turning it up because if I whip it at a higher speed, it's more likely to force any butter that wants to stick to the whisk attachment off of the whisk attachment. There we go. Now I can turn it down again. Now that it's stuck to the sugar and not to the whisk. I'm not much of a baker anymore. I used to enjoy it, but oh, that's sad that you're physically unable to. I'm sorry to hear that. That stinks. I pray that I never get to that point because I would be very sad. I love to bake and I love to continue the baking traditions in my family. We're almost there. We're almost there. What comes after this? Add eggs one at a time, beating well after each addition and scraping the bowl off. And I'm gonna need a spatula. My good old pampered chef spatula. Handed down to me from another baker, and it shows. Like, I did not super ding this up myself. This came to me a little bit well-worn and splattered, but it's heat safe, which is why I trust Pampered Chef, because not all spatulas are created the same. And heat safe is very important when you're making caramel, because I may have melted a spatula into a batch of caramel once because I thought it was heat safe, and newsflash, it was not. All right, that is light and fluffy. You can see it's very pale. It's starting to homogenize and smooth together. Gonna whack that off. And we gotta put one egg in at a time. So there will be 4 eggs total. There's one. Down it goes. And me personally, I probably won't need to scrape the sides of the bowl for the first 2, maybe 3 eggs, because it's just staying in a clump. So there's 1. Here goes number 2. Shunk. Take the albumin of the egg off of my fingertips. Give it a mix. Yeah, it's still not sticking to the sides of my bowl very much, so I still trust it. Egg number 3. Shunk. Get in there, egg. Homogenize with my beautiful, beautiful cake batter. Very good. Yeah, now I could potentially stand to scrape it down, but we're just gonna put the last egg in. Hi, Everett. How are you? Hello, Catherine. It is chalky cake. Hello, teammate. I saw your post about going on holiday, Catherine. I'm very, very jealous. I love a good holiday. Slushy, slushy. Get in there. Yeah. Yeah, get in there, egg. Beautiful. Yeah, so now it's basically stuck to the sides, but I am not worried about it not having gone in. There's a good chance that they're just being careful because not all electric mixers are created equal, and some electric mixers don't pull from the sides as good as others. And that's fine. Because the beauty of the electric mixer is that you don't have to hand mix it, not that it pulls things off the side. Whacked it off, set it down. some of the excess off of my hand that touched it. So right now we're looking at that. Yeah, holidays are nice. How long are you? No, I think you said you're gonna be gone for like a week. I was about to ask how long, but it was in there. It was in there, I just have to pay better attention. Be in the melted chocolate. Oh, we have to melt the chocolate now. So what I'm gonna do is just zap this in the microwave at about like 30-second bursts till it melts. It will be hot, so I'm going to be careful. That is very important. Do not touch the hot things with the bare hands. You will regret. Coming back Saturday. Ah. A++ would batter again? Hell yes, Wazo. Hell yes. While it zaps, I'm just gonna clean my surface up a little bit. That's what I do. How does it look? Another 30 seconds. It barely touched it. And it's funny because those chips in that bowl are the same bag. What did we make last month? I remember the ginger snaps, the pepper kakor. But what the hell did I make before that we needed the chips for? I need like Jeopardy theme music playing here while I try to think of what the heck I made. I've forgotten. What did I make? Oh my God. We needed the chips for something though. And oh, cream puffs. We made cream puffs. And I didn't use all of them. So I had debated there on whether or not I would save the bag or toss it because I didn't know when I would use it again. Well, surprise, using it again, just giving it a quick stir to get some of the not melted ones down into the warmer melty chocolate. And now it's going back in the microwave because it's not 100% melted. It's not hot yet either. The spoon will not be in the microwave. Will not. I'm gonna rinse. I licked some of the chocolate off of my hand. I'm rinsing the rest of it off because, you know, clean hands and baking. Very important. Ooh, potato chips, some crisps. Why would I throw out chocolate chips? You always have Costco-sized bag in your freezer because there was so little left in it. And these are not the same kind of chips that I use to put in chocolate chip cookies. These are a darker cacao than I would use for cookies. Oh, wow, you didn't even cook Catherine for dinner. Or chicken nugget. On your way, let's go. Yeah, now the bowl is getting a little warm and we're melted. Okay, my goodness, Hera, you have the zoomies, like super zoomies. I'm just gonna use paper towel to put a barrier between myself and the hot bowl. Works surprisingly well. Completely close the microwave. Can't do that while I'm balancing a bowl between my fingers. It also sounds good for cookies. I like a semi-sweet instead of a bittersweet, so I prefer more of like a 50% than a 60%. You can't cook anybody for dinner tonight, Seamus. When Dova gets here, she'll eat somebody. Said homemade goods. in the reward redemptions. In the channel points. You cooled off enough for me to touch? Almost. Is it just the chocolate? Beat in the melted chocolate. Yep. So I make handmade things, but I have a store that I sell them through my actual offline business. I used to just hand that out without question to anybody that asked. Because I had it like right in my panels. And then I had somebody who came in salty after a DVD match, because those are the finest examples of human beings on the internet right there, who used that information to send me spam text messages. They loosely threatened me, and it was a bad time. And I realized that I was essentially doxing myself by having that out in the open, so it's now locked behind a super high channel point redeem, so that not just anybody can get access to that information, because I will not put it in an Etsy shop. Etsy is predatory, in my opinion. I'll shop on Etsy, but I won't utilize Etsy for my stuff, if that makes sense. They charge too many fees to creators, so if you're not like regularly selling things, you're losing money. Because the listings only last for, I think it's like 3 or 4 months, and it costs 20 cents an item to list. And if you have 5 of the same items, so it's gonna be one listing, but a quantity of 5, it's still $1 to list it, because it's 20 cents for each of those 5 items. They also put in a policy that if you were a craft fair seller and you were using Etsy as your basis, but you didn't list something on Etsy, you just sold it, and it was still linked to your Etsy account via Square or something, they would charge you the listing fee, even though it was not on their website. And I was like, you have gotten scummy ever since you went public, and so I haven't been on Etsy for a very long time. You are poor in points. Chicken Nugget, just send me a message on Discord, because I know you from Mathman's channel. You're like an exception. You've come here after we've already known each other for a while. I know you're not a creeper. Yeah, it is ridiculous. So I will support people who choose to sell on Etsy, but I will not actually sell on it. Let's mix this chocolate in. Yeah. Get chocolatey. Get chocolatey. Oh, it's so beautiful. It smells so good already. It looks like soft ice cream, and that pleases me. I enjoy making my craft stuff, but it comes in streaks. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send me a message. I will happily get you the link. There's always exceptions to the rule. Whack it off, whack it off. Okay, that should be good enough. What goes in next? I think it's the vanilla. I think it's the vanilla. Add in eggs, beat in the melted chocolate, beat in the vanilla and the yogurt. Okay. We need a teaspoon of vanilla and 1/8 of a cup of the yogurt. So I'm actually just gonna use my 1/2 teaspoon again. Why dirty the teaspoon when I've already dirtied the 1/2 teaspoon, and 2 of these is just as easy to pour out. 1, 2, very good. Set the vanilla aside. We need 1/3 of a cup. Did I remember that right? 1/8 of a cup of plain yogurt. So I'm actually just using a single serve Noosa for this because this is, I believe it's 8 ounces. Yeah, it's 8 ounces or 220 grams, of which I need 30 grams. Like, I don't need a lot of this yogurt. I don't know that I will actually use the rest of it. Maybe in a smoothie, I'll add it in with fruits and stuff. Where's my 1/8 of a cup? But ultimately, I didn't want to end up with an astronomical amount of yogurt left over by getting a super, super big container. So there it is. That's 1/8 of a cup. It's not very big. Not very big at all. Desuction, thank you. Into my pile of, I used this. And this can go back in the fridge. Yogurt's not meant to sit out on the counter for however long it takes to use it. And we're gonna put the beater back on, the whisk attachment. And the yogurt's definitely going in for moistness. Moistness and richness. It's another fat source, basically. Okay. So this will be the last with the whisk. God, I want to like eat this. This alone, like this just looks decadent. I won't because it's the cake, but I want to. Whack it all off. Okay, very good. I'm gonna set that over there for right now. Now I will scrape down the sides. Now I will make sure that everything in this bowl is well combined with just a little bit of a hand mix. Because yeah, as I scrape it, I can see where some of the chocolate is stuck to the outside. And I'm just gonna quickly fold it in. This is nothing too strenuous because the mixer has done the bulk of the work. There we go. I just want to make sure that it's as mixed as possible before we start the next steps. Give my spatula a real good scrapity scrape and a whackety whack. Oh look, a spatula balance. Okay. The menu of a bakery near you that's nothing but, oh my God, Nothing Bundt Cakes makes fantastic cakes. You adore my cat emotes? Thank you. I found those on Etsy, oddly enough. Okay, so now we're going to be doing some alternating. We do have to go back and prepare our dry ingredients. So we're gonna need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, I can do this in my 2-cupper. Let me get my big old flour container out over here. Big old flour container. 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm just gonna carefully use my fingers to get it in here. Because I don't have a scoop. Again, I'm a heathen. I don't need no scoop, I'm just gonna get messy. I learned from Miss Frizzle, thank you very much. And getting messy was my favorite part. Seamus is playing ships if you can hear him in the background. I know that this mic, I've tried to desensitize it a little bit, but sometimes it picks him up because he's just got that kind of voice. Oh, you like the merch? Thank you, Chicken Nugget. I've made all of it myself. 1.5 cups. Beautiful. Ugh. Set that back there. Okay. to that, we then add the cocoa and the baking soda. How much cocoa? Half a cup. Did I use my half cup? Please tell me I didn't. That's a quarter. That's a half. Beautiful. I didn't. My cocoa, my Dutch processed cocoa is a block right now. And that's fine. It's just settled. I haven't used it in a while. Spoon breaks it right back up. I tried shaking it and it was having none of it. I can't fit my finger in here as easy, so I use a spoon. That and the cocoa powder is a little more expensive than the flour. So I'm a little more careful about not spilling that literally all over everything if I can help it. A little bit is inevitable as you press it into the measuring cup, but for the most part, there. Half a cup of beautiful, glorious Dutch processed cocoa. Add that in. Ooh. Set that over there. Put my lid back on because God forbid I should knock into that and spill it everywhere. I would be devastated, just like the night I was baking Christmas cookies and went to pick up my bag of flour and it ripped and went all over my floor. Added bits to your basket for payday? Aw, I appreciate that, Chicken Nuggy. We do have one of those near us. Yep, we do have a nothing bundt cake. And half a teaspoon of baking soda. Well, this is awkward because my half teaspoon is dirty. So I guess we're just going to do 2/4 teaspoons. Maybe I should have done the dry ingredients first after all. Whoopsies. My bad. But I'm so used to just skip it and come back. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. It's true, she did. And sifting and whisking close enough in my book, because I'm still going to be breaking up big clumps and mixing it together. Ideally, what we're doing here is just making sure that the flour, the cocoa, and the baking soda are evenly distributed because it's going into this in thirds. We're going to be alternating. So I'm just giving it a good mixy stir with my whisk. And you can see like the top has gotten, but the bottom still needs a little bit of a combining. So I'm just being especially careful to really like scrape into that corner. Get it all. I mean, it will all eventually be mixed in the mixing bowl, but the more you can mix it ahead, the better off you are, honestly. You just don't have to be too super anal. Just try to stop seeing the streaks. So see, we're not seeing as many streaks. Oh, I say as I turn it, and then there's a giant clump just hiding out back here. But yeah, now the streaks are going away. Whew, my arm. Good enough. Good enough. I'm making a mess. One small mess. Again, it's all right. We'll survive. Get it off the counter. How much buttermilk do I need? Half a cup plus 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to use my 1 cupper for this so that I can just put it all in one. We don't do cakes that often, but it'll be an option when we want one. Ooh, yeah. So it calls for buttermilk. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a shaky shake just to make sure that it's all incorporated because I feel like it's a little bit like heavy cream in that some of it can settle. Yeah, that's buttermilk. Whew. Half a cup plus 2 tablespoons. Okay. Read twice, measure once. I may have to find a recipe for buttermilk pancakes or something to use the rest of this. This is the smallest I could get. They literally had nothing else available. So it is what it is. Well, ads are incoming. My apologies. We don't snooze the ads during baking, and I can't really stop for them, unfortunately. That is the nature of real life streams. Plus 2 tablespoons. Very good. I can set there. Put the buttermilk back in the fridge because it does contain milk. So the sooner it goes back in, the better. And now we're gonna add flour mixture to the butter mixture in thirds. So this is the butter mixture, flour mixture, buttermilk. In thirds, alternating with the buttermilk and ending with the flour mixture. So we're actually gonna start buttermilk, flour, buttermilk, flour, buttermilk, flour. Astaclis, hi! For a nice buttermilk coffee cake with a... Ooh, I've never thought about doing a coffee cake. I've never done those before. Yeah, pancakes. The reason I thought pancakes is because I could make those for dinner. So we're gonna put in a little bit of buttermilk. Here's where I eyeball it because I have no idea what a third looks like. You can ask Seamus. I am terrible at eyeballing anything except for the center. I will find center almost immediately and easily. Thirds, halves, and that kind of thing, not so good at that. Put on our paddle attachment and pray that this doesn't splash because it shouldn't. It did. You just get in there, okay? There we go. We'll pulse it. This is my struggle. This is my struggle. Pancakes are the best. They are really good dinner. They are. Put in about a third of this mixture, which I know will give me a facial if I don't just carefully like hand mix some of it. Because this mixer is so powerful. And I can use it to kind of scrape up here a little real fast where it splashed up. I'm just basically getting as much of the dry mixture stuck to the wet mixture as I can with a couple of quick hand mixes before I actually mix it in so that it splashes up as little as possible. Are there guards for this? There sure are. But I refuse to buy one because I know for a fact that at one point KitchenAid did not make the motor so powerful that you needed the splash guard. So I haven't decided if this one just has a lemon of a motor that's too powerful and doesn't have the lower speeds properly in it, or if KitchenAid is just trying to sell splash guards. Could be either way. It is a lower end model, but it was a very generous gift from my dad's side of the family. They went in on it together. I am not one to look a gift horse in the mouth for something like this. It serves me very well, even if I have to make minor modifications. I would rather have a KitchenAid that tries to give me unwanted facials than no KitchenAid. For me right now, it is just before 4 p.m. Sure, that's a third. Give this a little mixity mix. This is actually a very supple cake batter. I am impressed. Very impressed. Get it mixed in. I love this particular paddle attachment too because it's got the rubber part that scrapes the side of the bowl for me. Yes, that is why it's still so light. I'm assuming you are in the UK, Chicken Nugget, and so for you, if you're in the UK, it's gonna be about 9 p.m. If you're closer to Math Man, then it's around 10 p.m. Last of the buttermilk. Give it a quick swish, swish, swish. This is a delightfully supple recipe. And it smells really good. Agile! No! And then, you know what? I'll just take this off ahead of time and hang on to it while I dump the rest of the dry ingredients in. Get out of there. Thank you. Give them a mix. Get them all dampened down so that I can actually turn the mixer on safely. Turn it on safely. No facial today. Get the chocolate off of my arm. Oh my God, this smells heavenly. It smells really good. Okay, whack this off. I will be licking this. This, nobody can stop me. I must lick the beater once I get all of as much as I can into the bowl. Because we want as much cake batter in the bowl as possible, but the remnants, those are mine. Those are mine. And then I can put that up on TikTok, and just like my one that I put up today about my penis pot holder, it can get me shadow banned for a while. Because TikTok doesn't like my adult content and humor. So yeah, if you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, actually, you may not have seen those ones because content filters. And I properly label when it asks that this is not suitable for people under 18. Because the pot handle holder is literally a penis. And it's so funny. And I love it so much. But definitely not appropriate for a younger person. Okay, scrape this down. Make sure this is all mixed together. Let's bring it up from the bottom. Yeah, that looks good. Get it in the bowl itself and not a mound on my spatula, which we're gonna need the spatula to spoon it into the Bundt pan. You're free! Welcome back. Welcome back. Ugh. Covered in chocolate. We just finished mixing everything together. For anybody who is stuck in ye old ad time, hopefully you got decent ads if you were served any. So now our cake mixture looks delicious. It smells delicious too, but I can't transmit smell through the internet. Yeah, no worries, Chicken Nugget. Go put the little things to bed. I am now ready to lick this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, that's gonna be delicious. And with caramel over the top of this, oh, baby. I think I just got it on my nose. Yep, I'm in love. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this can also come over here. Oh, don't lick the fingers. I just want more of it. It's so good. I'm basically shifting my pile of dirty all into one area because it is going to have to get washed. And this just makes my life a little easier. These can just sit right down in here. Okay. We'll see when I have to actually wash them. Wipe some extra of this up off of the bench. Because the secret to not getting overwhelmed by the after cleaning is to clean a little as you go, so it's just not quite as arduous. Because for a while I actually stopped baking because I didn't like the cleanup. I didn't like the cleanup. Okay, so we are going to pour half of the batter into the prepared pan, which is this. I have to prepare this. Then we're gonna pour the cream cheese filling over the batter, being careful not to get the cream cheese filling from one side to the other. If you were here for Pride baking when we made the rainbow bundt cake, you'll remember we put layers and layers and layers of different color on, and when it baked, it held the colors. We're essentially doing the same thing here. It's just that instead of putting different colors, we're adding the cream cheese in the center and then having the chocolate bake around it. And it won't mix. It will stay that way. You get the same effect when you do cream cheese brownies, where you make the cream cheese mixture and you pour it over the top of the brownie and then you swirl it to marble it and it doesn't fully mix. Same idea, except we're not marbling. So after we put in the cream cheese mixture, we'll pour the rest of the batter on top of it. And then this is where they're like, drop coarsely chopped caramel candies in. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that part. And then we bake it for 55 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center of the cake comes out clean. Cool it in the pan for 10 minutes and then we tip it out onto an actual cooling rack. So, first things first, I need to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. I can speak, really. So let me start my oven preheating. Start oven light on to let me know I have turned it on. Nothing is in there, that's good. Now we can prepare the Bundt Pan. I need my favorite cooking helper, Ham. Ham baking spray with flour is so nice. It's so nice. It releases so good. Just give her a shake and then give her a spray. And I prefer to do this away from stuff. Because you want a little bit of distance and you've got to make sure you get up into all the little crevices so that your cake doesn't stick. And since this already has the flour in it, you don't have to do the flouring part. Otherwise, ideally, like if you use butter or just plain oil, which you can do, you then have to put flour in it manually and spin it. This is just skipping that step. There we go. There we go. So you can just get out like your regular old vegetable oil, and I would use a vegetable oil because it is neutral oil. It's not going to add flavor. Something like an olive oil or sesame or a peanut, they're going to add flavor into it. So just basic vegetable oil, stick of butter, get it in there, scrape it in manually. Like if it's a stick, you can just rub the sides. If it's oil, use a paper towel and wipe it up. And then you take flour and you sprinkle it in and you turn the pan, tapping it to get everything into the crevices. That's how you oil and flour a pan if you're not using Pam. I'm not sponsored by Pam, by the way. I really like the baking spray. Pam, sponsor me. Probably not. I'm not that big. So I'm gonna put this away. And we're gonna start getting our batters in here. And you can see like I sprayed at a distance and it just kind of, it evens out. So we start with approximately, again, you don't have to be perfect on this, approximately half of your cake batter. And it does thicken as it sits a little. So I'm just scooping and plopping. And then I can use my spatula to kind of smooth it together. I think that's about half. Get that bit in there as well. Set this down. Seamus is popular. I hear his phone going off. Now you're back properly. Welcome back. Sounds like your kids went down to bed easier than Math Man's. So now I'm just teasing this out to be a little flatter. Not as lumpy. I could do the pound it on the bench thing, but I personally am actually not a big fan of loud noises. So whenever a recipe calls for that, I'm like, ugh, my least favorite part. Someday I will make macarons though, and you have to do that part to get out air bubbles, and I am preemptively dreading it. I have been for the last 7 years that I've been saying I'm gonna try to make macarons someday. Really, it'll happen. So there, now it's all teased out. We get our cream cheese mixture. This goes in the center. Free from kids, never free from the cats. Yeah, cats. Oh, your kids are older, yeah. And cats, you'll never be free, ever. Even after they pass away, they'll come back to haunt you, guaranteed. You know what? Nope, that's a fork. I'm gonna use the big old serving spoon for this because it'll be easier. Just give it another quick stir in case anything has settled. And then I'm just gonna spoon this into the center, remembering not to let it touch the sides. Because as soon as it touches the sides, it's going to show on the outside. So that's what we're trying to avoid. And it looked like so little in the bowl, but it's actually a decent amount of filling. It's actually a decent amount of filling. Will I be licking this spoon after? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Lick everything when you're done with it. Like, that's my motto. It is delicious, don't waste it. That was always my favorite part of baking with my mom as a kid too, getting to like lick the bowl, lick the spoon. Oh, don't you dare go that close. Oh boy. Well, I'll figure it out. And I thought that this was just like the norm, right? You always get to lick the bowl. You always get to lick the spoon. And then one day when I was a little older, I was baking with my mom and she scraped that bowl so clean. There was nothing to lick and I was devastated. It turns out this entire time she had been purposefully leaving stuff for me and my siblings to lick, and then she determined we were old enough, we didn't need that anymore, and she scraped that bowl clean. And I was like, what? Yeah, devastated. Batwoman, hello, welcome in. Sounds so yummy, especially you love you some caramel too, right? It was adorable, Essiclis. I loved my mom. She was amazing. I still love her, even though she's not with me anymore. But man, she broke my heart. That was the day. That was the day I really learned about what a mother's generosity was. Yeah, we're gonna have some that shows up on the outside, and you know what? That's okay. I will live with that, because the outside is really gonna just be the inner circle. You won't see it very well. It is what it is. Like I said, there's actually a lot more of that cream cheese than I was expecting. I feel like I almost should have made a tunnel to help get it to stay on the inside, because I can see it squishing out to the outsides as I put the next layer on. The important part though is it will still taste delicious. Nothing is going to stop us from enjoying this cake. Not even the cream cheese showing up on the outside. And the beauty of taking the picture is I can just pick a really nice spot where I didn't end up with it on the outside, and voila, I did it perfectly. LOL. Welcome to Photography 101. When they say picking your best side, that's literally what they mean. I will also be licking this spatula. Like I said, lick everything. All of it. Every time that you can. Never take your licks for granted. As I just thoroughly slip and smack myself with the spatula. Awesome. I don't want to stick my fingers in that on accident, or my arm. That is why the apron is so nice. Catches our oops. There we go. What oops? Now I just gotta smooth this to actually cover the cream cheese, which is going to be at the center, at the edges. Like it did, it just smushed. Although, when I did the bundt cake, I was very surprised at how it kind of rose and encapsulated things. The bundt cake, the rainbow bundt cake. So there is a chance yet that this will do that. Because I pushed everything to the outside edges with that, and it still was only red on the outside. So we'll see. We'll see how it bakes. I may be proven otherwise, that it's okay that it's smushed out. Okay, there we go. It's ready for the oven. Crazy guy, hello, welcome in. 77 times. Let's go. You gotta lurk? No worries. Enjoy your fire with clover. I am not Essiclis. I cannot ship cake. I was supposed to have one cat, rescued her, Her and a few other animals were left in a house on their own for 2 weeks after the, poor babies. 2 days after bringing her home, she gave birth under my bed at 3 a.m. You can have more than one cat. Kittens are a year old on the 8th of October. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying, Esiclus, you are literally maybe a 5-hour drive away. Just saying. Come visit me. All right, this is going in for 55 to 60 minutes. We're gonna set it for 55. Let me just open up the timer on my phone because that's kind of important. I heard a ding-a-ling. Timer. 55, done. Hi, May, how are you? Yeah, 5 hours isn't that bad. Ugh, into the oven. Now I can lick my implements. Start the timer. The baking goes fantastic. Come to London and bake for you, please and thank you. Man, I would love to travel overseas. Yep, that's good cream cheese filling. Fantastic. This is how you snack while baking, by the way. Delicious. It's very rare that I will not lick my implements. It has to be a recipe that really just doesn't taste good until baked. Right, you can't not do it. You have to do it. Okay, so this goes into the sink first to get water. There may be a cleaning time. I haven't had to do a cleaning time in a while, but I think I actually need some of these for the next step. I don't need this book anymore. So we're gonna just close the Best of the Bundt. And I need to open up Crazy Sweet Creations by Anne Reardon, because the caramel is gonna require the cup, the quarter cup, the half cup, the quarter cup, that's 3/4. I think I used, yeah, I do need to wash dishes. So when we wash dishes, I put on words on stream for you guys. That is how we do this. I let you guys play some words while I wash dishes. It's a very important part of the whole process. You gotta clean as you go, especially like in my case, I need some of the implements for the next part to make the caramel. You're dyslexic, you suck at this. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. You don't have to be good. You just have to have fun. You just have to have fun. So I'm gonna bring you guys over to the cleaning time screen. I can still sort of hear things. You guys can still hear me. And I am gonna just let you have at it. Good luck. I'm gonna clean. Get out on a spot. Yeah, my brain goes burr too. Sometimes the letters just won't form. And it's frustrating. Oh, there's a big word. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You guys are smarty pants. I believe in you. You're smarter than you think. Oh, it sounds like you're going to the next level already, too. Okay. Oh, that's hot water. That's really hot water. Ugh. And of course, as soon as I start washing the dishes, my ear itches because now my hands are wet. That's how it goes. Never fails. Something you shouldn't touch with wet hands always itches as soon as you get your hands wet. Whether it's your nose, your eye, your ear. Your shoulder. Bodies are problematic. They sure is. Doo, 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 doo. You know, I just realized I don't think I have browser source sound turned on, so I don't know that you can actually hear the words on stream sounds. I don't know if I ever changed that after I split my audio up a little bit. That is my bad, but at least you have music in the background. Not completely silent. Oh, that chocolate has solidified down onto the spoon. Nice and coated. Not anymore. Not anymore. Get clean. And get out of my sponge. Thank you. Means it's also going to have solidified into the bowl. Nothing a little soap and water won't fix, though. That cleans out the bowl. I'm gonna hang this here. We're gonna start washing these guys. Ooh, I see a perfect round. I just looked behind me. Very nice. You guys are killing it. So I can't hear any of the sounds over the water. I hear nothing. I think mods and VIPs can use the commands as well. I think I have them enabled. If not, it needs to go in my mod notes to please make that a thing. Because sometimes I say I'm going to do a thing and then I forget. And when I say sometimes, I mean most of the time lately. I mean most of the time. So many measuring spoons, so many measuring cups. Get them all clean. Clean and ready to go for caramel. Ooh, I almost dropped that. That would be bad. Don't drop the measuring cup, the glass one. Samantha. Ah! Okay. Crisis averted. I did not drop the glass measuring cup. At least not the first one. I got one more to go. Will I be 2 for 2 and not dropping them? Hopefully. I should be. Clean it up, clean it up. I am 2 for 2 on not dropping the glass measuring cups. Let's go. There's that one. Almost there. Almost there. I can bring the last of the stuff over for washing. I needed to empty my sink. It's very small. Just like the kitchen. And me. I am a small person. I know I look tall on camera, but I'm really not. I'm 4'11". I'm tiny. I like being tiny, though. I'm travel size. That's what I tell everybody. I'm travel size for your convenience. Has anybody taken me up on that? No. I've been packed into 0 luggages to be smuggled onto a plane to go to exotic lands. And yes, I know logistically, I would probably not like living in the cargo hold, and my claustrophobia would not like being shoved into a luggage container, but I will still joke that I'm travel size for your convenience. Okay. That cleans up the baking implements. So anything I need to reuse is available. Hot damn-in. Hallelujah. Hot damn-in. Hallelujah. Ooh, look at that round. Did I not turn it on autopilot? Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot, you guys. I am so sorry. Have I mentioned that this is like... My apologies. It should have been on... Hello? Can I not even hit the button? Are you broke? Wait a minute, did you break? You guys, it broke. Oh, okay, I can't even hit the button. You guys did well for one round. I am so sorry. I'm just gonna bring you back over to this screen. Oh my goodness. You did so well, and then I forgot a thing, and oh, now it's going. Look at this. Now it went. It just took like forever. So we might as well play the round. Oh, silly. Silly, silly, silly words on stream. How about emote? Yeah, if it won't let Rome go through. I guess that's technically a place and Rome would be ROAM. Oh, somebody got that one. Term, very good. Is this one? No, that's not how you spell it. Oh, moat, yeah. Nope, somebody got... We don't have any more T words. Probably. Nope, we do. Okay, so the next word begins with an M. No. Yeah, I don't know what that last word was. But we did good. Got all but one. Fantastic. And now I will just let it sit. Unless you guys want to keep going until we die. Because we could do that as well. You know what? I don't think... Well, yeah, we'll just keep going till we die. Until we're dead. One of the letters is fake. Submit. Okay, so now you can just use the words off of submit. C is fake. Oh, somebody got bust before me. Nivex. Nice. That C is a fake letter. Oh, somebody got stubbed before me. Nice job, Chicken Nuggy. Did you... Was I still locked? Do you not like... It is glitching hard. Yeah, it is. Is it going through on the... Yeah, it's not going through on the website either. Maybe it'll catch up. Maybe it'll kill us. We know these are words. Oh, now you take a word. Oh, there they all are. Oh my god, they all showed up at once. Oh, words on stream. You're having issues. We did good considering words on stream tried to thwart us. Wow, Chicken Nuggy's in third place, Carrie's in second, and Nivex is in the lead. Let's go. It did try to sabotage. It did. Nice policy. I could see it, but I couldn't see it, if that makes sense. So the N is fake. And I almost tried to use N. Oily should be one. Wait. Didn't somebody already say that one? Oh, guess what's glitched again? Okay, we're gonna just make this the last one because the glitch is a problem. Like, I don't even see the locks on the screen now. Oh, there they all go. Yikes. Yikes. Words on stream. I feel like Lippy should have been one too. We're gonna just call it there so we don't have to deal with words on stream being a butthead. Because that's exactly what it's doing. I snuck into second and shoved everybody down. GG's, you guys. GG's. Bring you back over here for real this time. For real this time. And I'm gonna exit this. Words on stream, you are having a struggle today. You're having a struggle. We got 33 minutes on the clock for the cake. It's looking really good. I agree, Chicken Nuggy. This calls for a riot. I don't remember who demanded that I have a riot command, but whoever it was, they were absolutely correct in that I needed that. If taking hints from the game you're playing not a good idea, agreed, Carrie. Especially if you're playing the ever so glitchy Ark. Stack these back up. All right, I don't need the cocoa anymore, so I'm gonna put that away. Gonna put that away. I don't need the flour anymore. I can put that away. I'm gonna need the sugar, at least the granulated sugar. I love the one on fire. That's a Content Delta emote, yeah? Because I'm pretty sure that's an alpaca. And we know the alpaca is the actual mascot of Content Delta. Yes, it is. Baby check since working towards boss fight army. Oh. I don't think I need vanilla for the caramel. I sure don't. I sure don't. So the vanilla and the powdered sugar get to get put away. Yeah, CC. Goodbye, powdered sugar. You go here. And vanilla, you go there. Okay, and then baking soda goes way up in here. Oh, this is the only problem with being short. Reaching. Reaching places. Those can sit up there. So I'm gonna need my sugar. I'm gonna need heavy cream. CD even. Baby check since you're working towards a boss fight army. Oh my God, Carrie. And how many babies do we have at this point? We're gonna need water, butter, and it calls for sea salt, but I don't know that I actually have sea salt. I think I just have table salt, which is fine. Oh, I do have a sea salt grinder. Cool. So salt. What else did I say I needed? Butter. I'm gonna need butter. And I'm just getting these things out now. How much butter? A stick. Because we're gonna have to bring them all over to the stove. You make caramel on the stove and you do so very carefully. Whenever you melt sugar, you do so very, very carefully. And I know there are recipes out there where you can make caramel in the microwave. Be so careful. You have to make sure if you're gonna make caramel in the microwave that your bowl is very much a heat-proof bowl. A lot of your basic cereal bowls may not be super heat-proof, and melting sugar, it gets so hot. If it cracks that bowl, if that bowl explodes and you get hot sugar on you, you are going to the emergency room. You have severe burns, and heaven forbid it gets on your face or in your eyes or something. Like, brutal. It would be brutal. I highly recommend not making caramel in the microwave and just doing it on the stovetop. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, just buy it. Just buy it store-bought. I think that's why the Nothing Bundt cake actually uses caramel chips, or not the Nothing Bundt cake, the Best of the Bundt cookbook. I had Nothing Bundt cake on my mind, because the caramel chips just having to be melted down is way safer than actually working with scaldingly hot sugar. Yeah, it's a big ouch. It's a big ouch. I remember, there was a trend going around with kids, and I feel like it was microwaving Jolly Ranchers or something. And I want to say they were exploding. And like severely injuring people. And then there was the trend where you could make fairy whatever, where you literally took molten sugar and poured it over moving beaters to make this like puffy cloud. But the reality is it's just gonna fling hot sugar everywhere. And I'm pretty sure it was like 5-minute crafts or whatever, like those content farming garbage producers. And kids especially like watched that stuff and they were getting injured, and it was a huge problem. I remember that. I would always buy store-bought. That just always scares me. Otherwise I would do that, the melt. Yeah, yep. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Batwoman. If you are not comfortable melting sugar down, don't do it. There are alternatives in most cases. I say that, but granted, caveat. I say that, but like if you're canning, if you're making sauces, like fruit sauces to use as a syrup or whatever, you are gonna have to melt sugar, but you're usually not taking it to the caramelization point. You're usually taking it to around, I think it's just below softball. So yeah, it's just below softball, which is the way the sugar will re-solidify when it cools down. There's hard crack softball, a whole bunch of others that I've forgotten. So it's not quite as hot. It's still hot. It's still, don't stick your finger in it, but it's not as dangerous, if that makes sense. Caramel is getting up over softball into hard crack area. Like, you're literally not only melting, like boiling the water, but you're melting the sugar, not dissolving it. The salt and ice challenge. Oh, where you put the string across the ice and you put the salt on it and it moves the string through, because that was fun. Or are you talking about when people were dumb and putting salt on their arm and putting ice on it and giving themselves really nice frostbite burns? Because that was stupid. People are dumb. People are dumb. That's how we had to have Tide Pods labeled as "this is not food." And the US government, actually, I don't know if any other nation was debating this, but with the Tide Pods, the US government actually put it to Congress, like the highest of our powers up there, to Congress on whether a law needed to be passed that laundry detergents and other similar things that were not edible had to have a law that you couldn't dye them colorful to make them look appetizing. And I was just like, are you kidding me? We are spending taxpayer dollars to debate this when people are just stupid? Because people were trying to argue, well, if it's not food, why does it look like food? I don't know, maybe the big poison sign on it isn't enough. Ultimately, it did not get passed. Tide Pods can still be colorful, as can other laundry detergents, but it was just so mind-numbingly stupid that we even had to talk about it. Natural selection, right, Chicken Nugget? Right? And the second one, yeah, I remember that challenge. People are dumb. I never thought we would be that dumb to consume. I didn't either, Batwoman, but I also didn't think we were gonna be dumb enough to take our running car, put it in neutral so that it's still rolling, and put our camera in our cup holder or whatever, and jump out of the car and dance alongside of it. As if this was a smart idea. And you got to see all the fun ones on TikTok where people succeeded at it, which just made more people want to do it. But you didn't see the ones where people were crashing their cars, crashing into other people. The car was like turning sideways and hitting them. Like, there were problems. There were serious traffic accident level problems. It's dangerous. And it cracks me up that my penis paw handle holder gets shadow banned on TikTok, but these dangerous antics, millions of views. Make it make sense. Why you guys had Kinder... Oh my God, I don't understand why we had Kinder Eggs banned either. That was also dumb. This is what happens when you cut... It doesn't help, Nivex. Yeah, why? Why? It makes no sense. So the Kinder Egg thing, they basically said that because the two halves of chocolate encapsulated the little pill thing on the inside where the toy was, that it was a choking hazard because a kid might somehow shove the entire egg in their mouth, which, like, future porn star, if they could do that, let's just say, the entire egg in their mouth and then choke on that. Nobody was actually shoving the entire egg in their mouth, especially because it said toy inside. So now we don't have Kinder Surprises, we have Kinder Eggs. And they are one half with like chocolate and these two weird wafer balls. And then the other half has your toy. And it's so dumb and it's not the same. And I'm still salty about it, but at least we have something instead of nothing. There's literally an article, and you were probably there the day we discussed this in Mathman's channel, Chicken Nugget. There's literally an article, if you Google it, where a couple coming back from Canada got hit with like a $1,200 fine because they had so many Kinder Eggs in their car, and they got fined for trying to bring contraband into the country. You can't make this shit up. You'd feel the plastic, right? Yeah, you have them too. Yeah, they're just not the same. They're not the same. It's so dumb. So part of the reason why I someday want to get back to traveling and finally go overseas is because I really want to go to Belgium, where they have the best chocolate. You cannot convince me otherwise. We had, he's retired now, but a family friend who was a pilot, and he used to fly internationally, and this is how I first got to try Kinder Surprises, because he brought them back. And they may have been illegal at that point too, but nobody stopped him. He brought them back along with like this box of Belgium fudge, and oh my God, it was so good. I need it in my life. I need it in my life. Because the stuff that they ship to America is built for American taste normally, versus the stuff that you can actually buy in the country, and it's divine. It's divine. It's so good. Because parents who didn't teach their kids anything don't want to... That's true. Parents really don't want to be held accountable, Carrie. Contraband. Yeah, contraband. They know what they're doing in Belgium when it comes... They really do, Batwoman. They really do. It is so freaking good. And I just... Like, chocolate is my thing, which is funny because I went through a period... I don't know if anybody else did this, but growing up, from about the age of like 10... to I want to say about 14 or 15, I didn't like chocolate. I refused to eat anything but white chocolate. It just, I don't know, it wasn't tasty to me. I don't know if I was only getting like shitty dark chocolate or something, but I just didn't like it. And then my taste buds finally figured their shit out, and now chocolate is my jam. I don't do shop bought chocolate anymore. There is a small business. She makes her own chocolate and does stuffed chocolate. Ooh, and they're amazing. She was one called On Honey, which tastes like Kinder Bueno filling biscuit. Ooh, called Oh Honey. Oh, I think that sounds delicious. Honestly, another thing on my I will learn how to do this is tempering chocolate, because I would love to make like actual truffles and stuff. I think that would be really fun. Maybe when I get this whole sleep schedule thing sorted out and I'm actually waking up at a reasonable hour instead of going to bed at an unreasonable one. Because if I could get my ass out of bed at like 8 in the morning, I could start a baking stream at closer to 11 a.m. to have the time to do this. Maybe at that point, I could do a Saki tries truffles stream, and we'll attempt to temper chocolate together, because that is a whole thing. And I know that either you fall into the technique really easily or you suffer until you figure it out. There's like no in between. There are ways around it. You can just get compound chocolate, which will auto temper, but I want real chocolate. I want decadence. I want the challenge. So she's on the Clock app. Ooh, can you send me her name and her link, Chicken Nuggy? You want some, right? Yeah, or share it right in my Discord. That's totally okay. In the video sharing would be a great spot, because we love discovering new things. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We have a good time with it. I look forward to figuring out tempering chocolate, but I also am terrified of it. On the 4-5, she will be doing limited edition. Ooh. Ooh. That sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. I love that. I also, low-key, want to try to make the hairy chocolate. Have you guys seen that? It's like this special cotton candy type threaded sugar, and then you put it into chocolate, and when you break the chocolate apart, it looks furry. It's really bizarre. I really want to try making it because it's so bizarre. We got 17 minutes left on the cake. What do I need for the caramel? Because I need to start. This is one process, since it's going to be done over at the stove. I need to measure it and then bring it. Right? It looks so interesting, doesn't it, Batwoman? And we do have an ad coming up in about 90 seconds. So during the ad, I'm just going to be getting my ingredients together. So for the salted butter caramel, we are going to need 1 cup or 200 grams of sugar, which is just basic granulated sugar. You can use caster sugar if you want, but you really only need granulated. We need 1/4 cup or 37 milliliters of water, 1/2 cup or 100 grams of heavy cream that's at least 35% fat, which this should be, because this is whipping cream. This is 36% milk fat. You'll find it on the side. So just enough, little extra, 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick, and a little bit of sea salt. Thank you, Chicken Nuggy. I appreciate it. So let me get my 1 cup of sugar. What is stuck to that? Some sort of batter. No biggie. It's on the handle. Handle doesn't affect anything. One cup. Now I can put this away. Again, clean as you go. Makes your life simple. So there's our sugar. And I need 1 stick of butter, half a cup of heavy cream, which I'm actually gonna put in my glass 1-cupper because then I don't have a liquid that I'm worried about spilling as I transport it. So even though this is technically bigger than I need, it makes my life easier. And there's nothing wrong with making your life easier. There's a few Halloween slabs available and some, ooh, nice. Add jail. Add jail. I'm so sorry. Shake the heavy cream. Because again, it will separate a little bit. I love using heavy cream and stuff, by the way, you guys. It's so decadent. When I make like Alfredo sauce and stuff, I always go for the heavy cream, and Seamus is always like, can't we just use milk and save ourselves some calories? And I'm like, no, we cannot. Absolutely not. We don't eat this often. We're going for decadence. Every time. And I always win because he can't say no to me. Okay, there's our half a cup of heavy cream. Beauteous. And then I can put the heavy cream back in the fridge where it belongs until I need it for something else. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this should be those ingredients. And how much water do I need? 1/4 cup. A 1/4 cup. I think this is my 1/4. That's my 1/3. Did I not use my 1/4? Sure didn't. Let's get some water. This liquid will be fine, because if I slosh water on the floor, that's one thing. If I slosh heavy cream on the floor, that's another. That's another. And I'm gonna need a pot to make this in. The little one should be okay. Shouldn't need the big one. I wish I had a little burner that I could just use here, but alas, we do not. Dry off my spatula, mainly so that it doesn't burn my hands with heat, because it will get hot. 3, 2, 1. Agile should be over. Welcome back, friends. We just measured our ingredients. And I talked about how Seamus wishes I wouldn't use heavy cream in Alfredo sauce because calories. Freedom! So we've got a pot, heat-proof spatula. We're gonna need those. Half a cup of heavy cream, half a cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar, just granulated, and a 1/4 cup of water, and this will be our pinch of sea salt. We're gonna bring everything over to the stove when that cake comes out in 11 minutes. I am gonna just start ferrying some stuff over there because that makes my life easier. So the cake itself, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna get the caramel going while I words, please. Well, the cake cools. The cake has to cool for 10 minutes before you tip it out to cool on a rack. So we will have another timer. Then, while Brandy, thank you for the resubscription, friend. I appreciate you. And Oh, and Seamus, thank you for gifting one to Chicken Nuggy. I appreciate that. Yeah, fuck ads. That time has gone quick, yeah. Yeah, it has.
This has always happened to her.
So, where was I? Oh, right. While the cake is cooling, we'll get the caramel like really put together because the cake has to cool a little bit before we can pour the caramel on it. We are making cake today, Brandy. The cake, in theory, if it bakes the way it should, more or less. I mean, I have a different Bundt design and there will be no nuts, but it's gonna look like that. It's gonna be so good. L&D! Thank you for the raid! Welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Saknika, but you may also hear me called Sam. I am a member of Everbright Global Gaming with Lesbian Next Door and a member of Set the Tone stream teams. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and today we're in my kitchen baking cake. We're actually waiting for the cake to come out of the oven. Welcome in, everybody. If you're not following L&D 10 out of 10, you should be. She is phenomenal. She has such a cozy vibe. She plays things like Stardew Valley and Ark. And today, I was lurking for a bit. She was doing a cottage stream, and it looked so relaxing there. So relaxing. Welcome in, L&D. Hello, Kissy. Thank you for the quiet lurk. Hello, CM Gaming. Oh my god, you started a hype train. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who did the thing? Thank you for the follow. Somebody did something and it's not saying. How was your stream, L&D? How did it go? It looked so relaxing. My project today smells so good, Kissy, let me be honest. We've got 8 minutes before it comes out of that oven and we start the caramel sauce. It was lovely. I'm so glad to hear that. I am so glad to hear that. I appreciate you bringing your community over here for the time to get hungry. Because that's what most people tell me when they're here. They're like, now I'm hungry. And I get it. Because when I play Plate Up or I watch anything baking or cooking on YouTube, I also get hungry. Finn, hello! Welcome in. Welcome in. And of course, L&D, even though it looked like you were having a very relaxing time, if you need to raid and run, if you need to get post-stream self-care, please don't hesitate to do so, because taking care of yourself is really important, and you just got done streaming and you might need to take a breather. I do need to raid and run though. Your beer is defective. It is empty. No! You can't have an empty beer. Get out of here. Go fill that. Go fix that. Your sub is not working. Chicken Nugget, no! Why not? Why is it not working? Sorry, my bad. Stabbeth the Nika. Hi, Vin. Yes, it is I, Stabbeth the Nika. What the fuck? I'm overwhelmed, Mathman. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, more raiders. I am Saknika, but you may also hear me called Sam. I am a member of the Everbright Global Gaming and Set the Tone stream teams, and Mathman is a teammate on Set the Tone with me. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and today we're baking a cake. Welcome in, you guys. There's so much happening. There's so much happening. If you guys aren't following Mathman, you 10 out of 10 should be on both his Mathman EU channel and his Content Delta channel. He is a wealth of knowledge. He's so much fun to hang out around. And it's always a good time. I'm in there so much. Hello, Jazz. Hello, Mathman. Hello, Viking Pixie. Hi, Arch. Hi, Frosty. Hello, Josie. If I'm mispronouncing your name, let me know. Hello, Tamar. Finn is now double or triple parked. Hello, Striker. I'm scrolling. All the raiders. You're off to eat some chicken nuggets and fries. Go do it, Jazz. Go do it. I've completely closed out. It still won't show. Chicken nugget, that is so weird. Dino nuggies would be exquisite. I agree, Vin. You don't have dino nuggies, Jazz. Lay sad. Lay sad. Math, how was your stream? How was Icarus? I'm still scrolling. I have to make the font so big. I made it to the bottom. Vin shaming you for not having dino nugget. I mean, they are kind of cool. Mathman is great. He is so great. You guys, thank you so much for the follows. Thank you for the raids. Mathman, same goes to you. I know it's late for you if you have to raid and run. If you've got a Frosty to go hang out with, please don't hesitate to do so. Post-stream self-care is so important, so definitely take care of you. Seamus, thank you for the giant emote. I appreciate. Yes, big Scooby workshop. We're making cake today. You will indeed go do some self-care, get some food and all that. Yes, definitely, please do. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I will do my utmost to take care of both yours and L&D's communities. Can I get a shout out again for L&D and for Mathman, because it got a little crazy. It got a little crazy in here. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Mathman. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Now it says Chicken Nuggy support. Did Seamus spell your name wrong, Chicken Nuggy? When it happened before? I'm wondering if Seamus spelled your name wrong. Thank you so much, Mathman. No, it says it right. That's so wild. Twitch, what you be doing? You be doing weird stuff. It worked this time. I don't understand you, Twitch, but thank you, Mathman. I appreciate you so much. You guys are so kind to me. We got 3 minutes on that cake and then I gotta test it. It is weird. It is, but Twitch does strange things, so I'm not surprised. Reusable cake tester. Thank you for the follow. This is from Wilton. It's stainless steel. So usually you just use a toothpick, but I bake so much that I didn't want to constantly have to buy toothpicks. So I got a reusable one. That way I wash it, I put it back in my drawer. I can use it again. It makes me happy. Dark Riku, welcome in, hello. Yeah, if you got charged for the duplicate, definitely file a complaint with Twitch. If it didn't go through, which would be weird because I saw it in my activity feed. That's so bizarre. Oh, wait. Wait. Hold on. You put an S in Chicken Nuggy's name. That's why. You pluralized it, so you gave it to a different Chicken Nuggies 6669. Thank you guys for the follows. Hi, Hemlock, how are you? So you did indeed spell Chicken Nuggy's name wrong. That explains it. Mystery solved. It was human error. The redundant names, I know, right? And if Math hadn't gifted the subs, I probably wouldn't have caught it for a while. I would have been like, what is wrong? How dare you singulart, right? Right? 1 minute. It smells so good in here. I wish I could transmit smell through the internet because then you guys would probably be extra hungry, but it smells so good in here. It smells so good. You are but one Chicken Nuggy. The lone Chicken Nuggy on the plate that was once Chicken Nuggies. But they were delicious, and so now you are alone. You're gonna be the first to get eaten if you ever play Peak. It would just be too funny. I ate my Chicken Nuggy. I would absolutely do that for the lulz. I'm cracking myself up here. But that would be hilarious. Moon Bunny! The Ray didn't bring you in? Well, we love you anyways, Moon Bunny. Welcome in. Sometimes Twitch doesn't like to take you on the raid. How are you doing, Moon Bunny? I hope you're doing okay today. Okay, we have to check the cake though, so it's spinning time. We're gonna spin. I'm going to make it so that it's not tilted funny. You're going to get the back of my body, because I don't know yet if it is truly done or if we need the extra 5 minutes that it calls for. Based on the top, I'm going to say it probably needs the extra 5 minutes. I'm wrong. Still wrong. Looking good. Oh, it's done. Never mind. It looked glossy on top, so I was like, oh, it's probably going to need the extra 5 minutes. It, in fact, does not. We have a cake. We have cake. Turn off the oven. I'm going to bring this over here. I will show it to you guys in just a second. It's just cooler on the island, so it makes it easier for it to also tilt to cool off. You want a slice? Decibel Drifter, if you live nearby, you could have one. Oh, a love, love, love emote? Oh, they have new choo-choo emotes? How cute! Oh my god, Brandy, that's adorable! I love the kitty hype. You have the same oven, Big Scooby? I love this oven. Whee! It was a wee moment. It was a wee moment. So, our cake, which I also need to set a 10-minute timer for plopping it out. So far, I can see it did move the, words. The cream cheese filling around those lighter areas are the cream cheese, but it looks good. It looks good thus far. It just has to cool for 10 minutes before we tip it out. It's your fave. It's so cute. It's so cute. Gonna move my water away from it because I don't want hot water. I want cold water. That's why I put ice in it. Set that back there. Okay, before I scoot you guys over to the stove, I'm going to transport my caramel ingredients over to the stove because that is intelligent. I do not want to spill things unnecessarily. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Because we're moving on to what is technically the dangerous part of stream, which is making caramel, because we're going to be working with molten sugar. I'm going to say this warning again for everybody who wasn't here when I said it prior. Sugar that is hot is dangerous. The original cake recipe in the Bundt Cake Cookbook calls for using caramel chips. I am a snob. I like making my own caramel. We are making our own caramel. That means we're going to be very careful while working with hot liquid sugar at the stove. It can cause third-degree burns if you splash yourself with it. So caramel making comes with caution. If you are not comfortable making your own caramel, caramel chips are an option. Highly recommend. Can I just eat it straight from the tin while it's still hot, please? I mean, technically, if you can get here fast enough. So I'm gonna move my book over here so I have it readily available. My timer can just sit here. I will hear it go off. And we're going to have a little bit of a sliding fun. So ready, set, whee! It's time to slide across my kitchen. Come over to the stove. And now I'm just gonna swing you guys until I can get you to see what we're working on. Nope, I need you to come. This is the fun part, trying to line it up. There we go. There's the stove. Nope. That way. Perfect. Now you can see my little bowl. You can kind of see me. I know it's an awkward angle. All right, so for caramel, we're going to place the sugar and water into a pan and stir, making sure all the sugar is wet. So, 1 cup of sugar. 1/4 cup of water. We're just gonna give it a quick stir to wet the sugar. So now it's all wet. It's nice and liquidy in that form. Sugar roasted pecans at work and can confirm hot sugar hurts. Brandy, you need to be more careful. You need to be more careful then, girl. And then you heat it on high heat. We're not gonna touch it from here. Like, it's just gonna heat for a little while. Normally I use the other burner, but it's a little too big for this pan. So this burner it is. And we're waiting for it to become caramelized, really. It will, like, it looks like nothing right now. It will turn golden. If you just put sugar with no water into a saucepan and heat it, it will melt and it will turn golden, which is why when you're baking, sugar is considered a wet ingredient and not a dry ingredient. I'm gonna tilt you guys up just a hair so that it's not awkwardly cutting me off in the eyeballs. If you're wearing gloves, it will melt the gloves to your hand. Yes, it will, Brandy. Yes, it will. And I'm guessing you know this from experience, which frightens me. Actually, let me just, there we go. Back you up a little bit. Yeah, there's already bubbles forming around this outside edge. You're still sleepy, but you're here. Hello, Tamaiti. And another belated happy birthday to you from Friday, right? Friday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, because today's Sunday. It's not Monday yet. I'm losing track of my days. Hot sugar does equal bad. And like, I got one of these doodads. So we can actually, like, it is already at 90.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Nope, I was right going this way. Which I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. 32.5. I can quickly switch between the degrees. So we'll just keep an eye on how hot it gets for science. For science. It's not bubbling yet. It's still hot. Yeah, absolutely. It still is CM Gaming. That is true. Did you get the chat overlay from Mathman? Oh, so my chat overlay is, oh God, what is her name? Somebody who does it in Stream Elements. It is not the same one that Mathman uses. Well, making you want to? I know, it's hard. It's hard sometimes. Who did I get the overlay from? She does Animal Crossing ones. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast for you. If it just tells me in my thing. Zaytri, Z-A-Y-T-R-I. I will type that in chat. Z-A-Y-T-R-I. That's who I get my chat bubbles from. You guys should be able to loosely see some of the bubbles now. In your color and then disappears, right? Right, I do love that. I love that it does the colors. So we are up to 124 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 Celsius. It has not yet turned golden. So we're still going. Choo-choo, you got that one too, Seamus. I love it. You guys must have been on other hype trains. And thank you again, too, for the hype train. We've hit level 3 at 7%. That's amazing. Chicken Nugget, I love yours as well. That's so cute. I'm really enjoying, by the way, that Twitch is putting effort into a variety of emotes that you can earn through hype trains that they're cycling through. I have a really cute menagerie of those emotes now, and it is fantastic. I'm just reading ahead here a little bit. Yeah. Heat over high heat until the bubbles start to slow and the mixture turns into a golden caramel. Add the cream, butter, and salt. Now, when we add the cream, the butter, and the salt, it is important to note that this is going to rise. You want to add it and just like stand a little bit of a distance. Just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. This is your favorite hype train emote? Oh my gosh. Do I have that one? I swear to God, I hope I do. Let me type it in. I do. I do. That is amazing. That's so good. I need to remember that one for those moments. For those pristine moments. That's so funny. I love that. Where am I at on my timer, by the way? 23 seconds. You guys, keep an eye on that for me. I need to pull out a cooling rack and I need to tip this. Time for the cake to come out. Woo! It did break a little, but that's okay. It came out, and that's the important part. It just came out a little faster than I anticipated. I thought I had more tipping space. But I was correct. And even though the cream cheese filling kind of moved to the edges, the chocolate came in and covered those areas. Put that in the sink. So yeah, there's like a little chunk off the side that doesn't want to stay. But you know what? We can glue that on with the caramel. Thank you for keeping an eye on my boiling sugar. You can smell it from here. It smells so good. It tastes good. I ate one of the chunks that completely fell off. Where are we at temperature-wise? We are at 249 Fahrenheit or 120 Celsius, almost 121. I did take the cake out without showing you. It's right over there. Let me pull up my thingy. I will adjust this so you can see it a little better. There it is. Way over there. You feel betrayed? I'm sorry. I just needed to dump it. I just needed to dump it out real fast. You also get to see some of my mess. Shoop. It should adjust, maybe. I may have dipped the exposure down a little too far. That looks real dark. There we go. That looks better. Oh, you wanted to watch Happy Birthday? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to take the setup for a ride again, so I just handled it. Speaking of, that got loosened, so now that'll be tightened back down. Nope, I do want it like this. I just can't get it. There we go. Get it to where it like feels like it's looking properly. Lamaze baking, right? Yeah, this part is a lot of waiting. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a lot of waiting. You don't touch it. You just let it go. Don't worry, Seamus. You can't quite be seen. You're fine. I'm sorry, Chicken Nugget. I will never do it again. It looks good, though. It looks good. You sneaked in. Can you be seen? I adore House Flipper 2 Decibel Drifter. I have over 250 hours in that game now, I think. I'm going to be starting a project for a YouTube video where I'm going to recreate the building that I live in House Flipper 2. Obviously, I won't have all of the right items to populate the area with, because I don't think they have like a baker's rack. They don't really have, bless you, Seamus, they don't have like some of the way we do shelves and stuff and our particular bowls or decorations, but it's gonna be cute regardless, and I look forward to doing it. I measured all of the rooms. I fudged them together as best I can because this building was built in 1920. The walls are varying thicknesses and stuff from lath and plaster, so my tape measure is only so accurate, but you saw him, little sneaky. But I do. I love it. I love how easy I can customize it. Do you play as well? All right, we're up to 139 Celsius, so it's 283 Fahrenheit, 138, 139 C. That's your mod closet. He's the goblin under the stairs. He's something. I don't know if I would call him a goblin unless he's gobbling these nuts. Got him. I couldn't resist. He is the horny old goat. He's my fiance and the horny old goat. He's constantly making all the inappropriate jokes. Ayo, right, Moon Bunny? Goblin Minus, let's go. Yeah, no, he has like his own little office. It's got his workbench for working on leather stuff. He does a little bit of woodworking, so he'll do some finishing stuff in there. He has his computer in there. In the closet is where all of my craft fairing equipment is, because that was the best place we could find for it. Okay, the bubbles are starting to slow down, but it is not caramel in color yet. It has changed color slightly, but it's not quite caramel. You have gym in the morning and school run, it's 10:30 p.m. I don't want to leave, Chicken Nuggy, I understand, but I also understand that it's late and you got stuff to go to do tomorrow. So if you cannot be here the rest of the time, I always post the VODs the very next evening at like 9 p.m. my time. So that'll be the wee hours of the morning for you. But the VOD will be available on YouTube, and of course it's immediately available here on Twitch for everybody. Like, I don't gatekeep my VODs. I just take a little time to get them on YouTube because I have to let them upload over there. Even though I do the export from Twitch function, it still takes time for YouTube to upload it, and then I take the time to make sure it's got its own thumbnail cover, and I bookmark all the specific sections so it's easier to find things. You want to see the cake? I will be posting pictures of the cake. Amateur radio, and you host game service. Yeah, those computers do. That's true. That's true. Now we're getting the golden caramel color. Let me bring you guys in real close here for a second and tilt you down. You can see it. In fact, ignore the fact that the stove is a little messy. We haven't cleaned it recently. Give me the cake. We have to finish the caramel. So the bubbles have slowed. It's started to turn golden. It's time to add our butter, our cream, and our salt. And this is where we will want to stir carefully. The butter got a little soft from the stove being warm. I'm just going to wipe the grease off of my hand. Okay. So there's the butter. It's going to melt carefully. The cream shouldn't rise as much because it's not as cold, but there it goes. Like I said, it's gonna rise. And if I can get the lid off of the salt, there we go. Some sea salt, just a pinch. And right now, temperature-wise, we are at basically 222 Fahrenheit or 105.6, which is like 106 Celsius. It's hot. Butter makes arteries hard. It does, but it's deliciously making arteries hard. Tilt it up, scooch you back. Me staying awake to see the cake knowing you're going to regret it in the morning. Understandable. So I'm just basically very carefully giving this a mix to make sure the butter has fully melted and incorporated because I can feel it. I can feel the chunks of it. And sloshing because it is way up there. Thankfully, caramel is basically just sugar. It will clean. This is why you need a heat-proof spatula so it doesn't melt in your really hot sugar. And I'm holding the end of it to just stay away. I'm being very gentle. I'm being very careful. We don't need to be vigorous. We don't want to splash. We don't want this to burn us. I don't feel like going to the ER for sugar burns today. Or any day, really. Like, there is no situation in which I can think, I would rather be scalded with third-degree burns by molten sugar than do this thing. Not even having a tooth pulled. Dova, hello! There it is. Dova committed the crime. I told you she would. Oh no, you committed the crime, Seamus. It just took Dova being here. It just took Dova being here. Crimes happen when Dova arrives. It is pure milk fat, yes. You get splashed, you'll get a new birthmark. I only need the one birthmark.
And you have to stir it over high heat until a teaspoon of mixture dropped into a glass of cold water is sufficiently thick to form a soft blob.
I need a thing of cold water. Ugh, let me get a cup. And chill this water. Okay, and a spoon. A spoon would be helpful. We're dropping nothing without a spoon. Because I can do a lot with this spatula, but that's not one of them. Spin the handle away from me. Give it a stir. Bring it in from the edges. Yeah, this is the part where you just kind of have to eyeball it, but I am seeing that it's like forming thicker bubbles on the top. And I'm leaving streaks a little bit as I come through it with the spatula, which leads me to believe maybe it will ball up. Maybe. Ooh. We're close. We're very close. It left some streaks. It didn't quite form blobs, but it wanted to. It wanted to. I hope you guys can see that okay. You'll eat him or any day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's super bubbly bubbly. I haven't made caramel in a while, and this is my first time making Anne Reardon's recipe for it. But I really love her recipes, so. I can also feel the consistency changing with the spatula. And when we have it the right consistency, I'll take the last temperature reading for science. That looks nice and thick. That's what she said. Or he said, we don't judge here. That balled up. I saw that ball up. And you can see it on the spoon just wadding up. But yeah, you can kind of see it in the bottom of the glass a little. I know it's hard. No camels were harmed with this recipe, that's right. But I think it's ready. So now we just have to let it cool down. It will eventually stop bubbling, really. It's hard. It's always hard when I'm around. Oh my goodness, Seamus. Somebody squirt that man. He's getting naughty again. And I'm pretending to not like it. Now the real question is the cake ready for the caramel? That's always the question. But look at this. Like it's gorgeous. Let me actually, this can sit there for a minute. Let me get a fresh glass of cold water so that we can really see the drip. Because it got a little cloudy. But there's definitely caramel in the bottom of this glass. Well, there was until I blasted it away with cold water. Okay. Fresh glass. See? How it strings? That's what you want. Soft blobs. Beautiful. We have caramel, and I so desperately want to lick this spoon, and I know I shouldn't. Temperature reading is 232.5 Fahrenheit or 111.4 Celsius. Hot. There is an actual squirt command now, yes, because Seamus required it. He's naughty. Some of you are naughtier too, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Cool enough to eat. That's really good. That's really good. We're going to go wee! Smeagol's gonna be unhappy. Let me set that down. That'll make my life easier. I gotta pick the cord as I go. Here we go. Wee! Chicken Nugget, you're gonna get your wish and see the cake. Once I get cordage situated so I'm not stepping on it, because you don't want to step on your electrical cords. Make sure we're at the appropriate spot here. All right. There's the cake. There's the part that just was like, nope, I'm breaking off. And there's the part that I sampled because it broke off. But yeah, it looks really good. You did miss the birth, but there it is. It is cool to the touch for the most part. Like, it's still warm, but it's not like warm, right? So I need a cake plate. Do I have a more festive cake plate? Let me check. I have to think about this. Do I have a more festive cake plate? That's a festive bowl. That's a festive platter. What are you? Are you the right kind of festive? Are you the right kind of glass? Oh, I forgot about this one. Ugh. Carefully, not to drop everything. Or you just... You're not festive at all. You're just clear. You're boring. Carefully. Back in there. Okay, so everything is out on the storage porch. Was a good deep squat though. Is so beautiful. Yeah. I have a different clear one with like grapevines on it. And I know I have an orange platter, but I don't know if it's big enough. Like diameter wise. Smeagol, you don't follow me out here because you'll get shut out here. Let's see. And actually the orange, oh, I have the square one too. The orange one might be out here, question mark? I'm trying to remember where I stored that one because I know I have it. I just don't know where it went. I don't see it. It would be in my immediate view if it were. So the cute little grapevine-y one it is because honestly, as much as I love my standing cake stand, this one is easier to both clean and cut on when it's not a stick-to-me cake. So cakes with frosting, I can stick to my cake stand. Cakes without frosting, I really can't. So this'll do. We really do plan ahead around here. Dova, thank you for the lurk. This is enough planning. It's fine. The real question is the transfer. How did I do this the last time? Did I just scooch it? Did I use spatulas? I mean, I do have the big cookie spatula. That's also something on my wish list is a cake scoop. It's like a giant spatula for cake. Like that. Voila. It's on the platter. Cut it so you can go to sleep happy. It's still probably... It's still too warm to cut. It's still very warm in the center. Chicken nugget, I may not even cut this on stream. I may have to wait until it cools and cut it off stream. So the last Bundt cake that we did, which was rainbow, we got to cut on stream because I made 2 recipes. I made the cake, and then while it was cooling, I made rainbow cookies. And then after I finished the cookies, the cake had cooled sufficiently for me to cut it. Yeah, I will put the final pics on Discord. I will make sure you get to see what it looks like cut and everything. I know, Chicken Nugget, but if you cut a cake too soon, it ruins like the whole cake, unfortunately. It's a real shame. It honestly is. But I can get the caramel. We can put the caramel on the cake. Come with me, my molten liquid goodness. It's so beautiful. I'm literally going to just use this spoon. And we're just gonna drizzle caramel all over this baby. And it really, once you get it out of the hot pan, it does cool pretty quickly. I don't mind if there's little dollops because this is not some sort of like $1,000 wedding cake where I need it to be so pristine and perfect. This is a home-baked, delicious goodness that's going to turn into poop in about 12 hours after I have a slice and digest it. Drizzle that into your mouth, please, right? Lucky that I get to eat it. Lucky that Seamus gets to eat it. My family, if they want to come visit, gets to eat it. That's usually my big rule with the baked goods, though, is you want it, come get it. Unless I'm willing to ship it, or it can be shipped. In this case, cake really can't be shipped. It will not survive. Oh, darn, you guys, we're gonna have extra caramel left over for ice cream. What a shame. Welcome, Seamus. I expect you to go to the convenience store and get ice cream. Just saying. And milk, because we're out of milk. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. I think that's plenty of caramel. Should I lick the spoon again? Should I give the spoon to Seamus to lick? On the other half of the brain. Oh no, not for the ice cream. The horror, right, Kissy? Right? Seamus had the same idea about the ice cream. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't make it to the UK. Definitely wouldn't. You're dying here wanting to eat it. That looks so good. The presentation will be worth it. Listen, don't hype it up too much, Seamus, because I'm just taking pictures with my phones. I have some vanilla bean. Oh, yeah, right, Kissy? Oh, but before I forget, I need to glue that one spot back on. You want to eat it, don't you, Seamus? Seamus just walked out. Use the caramel.
You said you should give me the spoon, so here I am.
Enjoy your spoon.
Oh my god.
I think he approves. Yeah, vanilla bean ice cream would be really good with this. I would love it with chocolate ice cream. Probably, well, you know, even strawberry ice cream would probably taste good. A good Neapolitan with it would be amazing. Sparkly Gamer Girl, welcome in. How are you? I love that he just comes. He does. He does. He loves when I bake because he gets the leftovers. Just, you know, hold that in place, Caramel. Oh, Smeagol. Heaven forbid. That is 7 minutes to dinner time for you, and I am not prepared to give you dinner. You will live. Let me get a heat-proof container for the rest of the caramel. Needs to come out of the pan. This'll do. And you know, I still have chocolate ganache in the fridge too from when I made the cream puffs, so we could make ice cream sundaes. I'm just saying. We've got cherries. Buy bananas, you can make banana splits. We are set up. I may suck at making sure to cook a healthy dinner, but man, oh man, I got everything for dessert. And then I get to lick the spatula. Kitty says, no, it's an emergency. He pretty much thinks it is. Will somebody snooze those ads, please? Now we're going to snooze them because we're getting close to the end. Oh my goodness, Smeagol. You're dying. There's definitely not an entire bowl of dry food that you can eat at will. We definitely don't free feed you. He just came over to be like, look at me pathetically like, of course you don't, Mom. I'm pretending you don't. So good. You don't want to miss this? Yeah. Delicious. All right. Like I said, unfortunately, this has to finish cooling before I can cut it. If you cut a cake that's too hot, it doesn't slice nicely. It actually like kind of like smushes and sticks. So it needs to cool. It's gonna take like an hour to an hour and a half. I'm just putting some water in this pot of caramel remains. And while I would be happy to stand here and chat with you guys for like an hour to an hour and a half, I also have to respect the fact that my feet don't like that. Yeah, it's baked with the filling in it. Yep. So, if you live close, you would still be asking. Absolutely, Batwoman. Good night, Chicken Nuggy. Thank you for stopping in. So, what's going to happen now is you're going to be left staring at this delicious creation. I am going to go make my way back over to be Desktop Sam, and I will meet you guys over there, and we will find a place to go hang out in. So, enjoy staring at the cake for a minute. I will meet you guys over in front of my desktop. Let's go. It's Desktop Sam. It's Desktop Sam. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here, for hanging out with me, for just, you know, generally being amazing people. You guys are, you're so awesome. I'm always blown away by how many of you show up to hang out, to watch me bake things that you can't eat. If the immortal Malcolm Reynolds, I aim to misbehave. He does aim to misbehave. He does. Gonna leave it there, and then we're gonna see you mauling it. Oh my god, he knows that that comes with punishment. And not the fun kind of punishment. It would be things he regrets. Oh my gosh, I'm double parked on myself. So, let us find a fun place to go and hang out. Do you guys want more baking, or do you want to go hang out in somebody who's playing a game? Shiny Captain Tight Pants, right? Right? I will probably play some House Flipper someday soon. It is on my radar. I have been itching. If it's on your wish list and it goes on sale, I highly recommend it as a game to get. I really do. It's so fun. She is. I do see this. I think maybe we'll go say hello to Pink Bow Patissiere. Let's go see somebody actually make the macaroons that I say I'm going to make, and I
Heaven make. How does that sound? How does that sound, you guys? You're just checking that out? Yeah. She's super wonderful. We've rated in there a couple of times. She is absolutely lovely. Unlike myself, she's actually a trained pastry chef. She makes some of the most gorgeous creations I have ever seen. She's very friendly. She likes to answer questions. It's a very nice vibe over there. So we're going to go say hello to Pink Bow Patissiere. If you are not already, get your booty in the Discord, because that is where the recipe from today is. It references the books that I referenced. We hang out. My social media stuff gets posted in there so that if you don't want to miss an update, you never have to miss an update. And we chat and, you know, share videos and sometimes make poop jokes because we are adults and we can do that. Speaking of videos, that one is being suppressed by the algorithm because it shows a penis pot handle holder. If you're not already, there are the socials. You can hang out with me on them. I always appreciate the engagement. You don't have to, but it's always nice if you choose to. If you are subscribed, you get to use that first raid message with the mandalas. If you're not subscribed, then the second one with the hearts is for you. You guys, thank you again for everything. The raids, the chatter, the lurks, the gift subs, the subscriptions themselves, bits, giant emotes, however you chose to participate in stream today. You did choose to participate, and I really appreciate that. I will be back on Wednesday. We are going to be finishing up Romancylvania. I don't think I'll be able to stream Monday or Tuesday, so Wednesday should be the finishing of Romancylvania. Schedule will be put up tomorrow, and in the meantime, you guys, make sure you take a moment to practice some self-care. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you, because you matter, friends. Have a great one. Bye!